Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So with the Custodes Codex hopefully imminent, I'm still banking on it being this month, but I guess you never know with GW. But in any case, I thought with it being relatively soon, we would have a quick look at another one of the datasheets that got leaked a little while ago, and that is for the big golden boy himself, Mr. Trajann Valoris. Now, as you can see, from a purely stat line perspective, if nothing else, he has had a really nice bump, going up a point in not only his wounds, but also his attacks and his leadership, going to 8 wounds, 6 attacks, and leadership 11. So he now has a huge amount of extra durability and damage output so that he can put the hurt onto your opponent all game long. And to help him out with said pain infliction, he's also had some incredibly powerful changes to his weapons alongside his boosted profile. And whilst his ranged weapon still sports the same rapid fire 1, strength 5, -1 AP, 2 damage output, which is, I mean, it's okay, it's certainly not a terrible stat line for a ranged weapon. He may well kill off a marine or 2 over the course of the game with it, but I mean, it's certainly not on the same level as someone like Trajann Valoris for the Sisters of Battle, who I think, at least in my opinion, fits a similar-ish role to what I'm expecting Trajann to be for the Custodes. The real big change for Valoris is in his much improved Watcher's Axe melee stat line. Now this has kept the same ×2 strength and -3 AP, so he will be swinging with his 6 attacks at strength 10, hitting on 2s, but now, instead of the dangerously swingy D3 damage, this is now just a flat 3, all of the time. So now Trajann will be hitting on 2s with 6 strength 10, -3 AP, flat 3 damage attacks, meaning that he can chunk off over 8 wounds from something like an Imperial Knight in a single combat phase, or easily wipe out an entire 3-man aggressor squad with room to spare. And then, if you do fluff your rolls a bit with the axe and fail to kill them off, he does still come with his Misericordia, which, as we know from the Shadow Throne box, still lets you do 1 extra swing at strength user, -2 AP, and 1 damage. So he can still pip off that final wound from an enemy if his axe just doesn't quite cut it. It is, without any question, a brutal melee profile, and obviously it's a little bit hard to swallow for a lot of Custodes players, I think, because I know a lot of them, me included, were perhaps hoping for that flat 3 damage on the axes for the Alaris Terminators as well. And it is a shame they don't have that, it's a shame it's just flat 2, I get it, it kind of does suck a bit, but Trajann himself is an absolute beatstick in melee, and it seems like he is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting if you are running a very melee focused get up in your face Custodes list. Aside from the profile and the weapon changes though, we unfortunately don't know too much. These sort of leaked datasheets that they give in the boxes don't actually give anything away in terms of the rules, they just show the basic stat line and the weapon profile. He will almost certainly still keep the Aegis of the Emperor, as that is still in the Shadow Throne datasheets, although we don't quite know what it does just yet. And then on top of that, he should still presumably have his Auramite Halo for the either 3-up or 4-up invuln. Hopefully 3-up still, fingers crossed, but again, you never know with GW. And then he will almost certainly get the updated for 9th edition version of the Chapter Master style rule. In Trajann's case, this is Legendary Commander. And so I fully expect him to have something similar to Trajann Valoris, actually, keeping those rerolls of 1 for hit and wound rolls, and then being able to select a unit within 6 inches and give it full rerolls as well. Obviously this will be reworded to just target core, as we've seen for all of these kind of abilities for 9th edition. And then last, of course, he will hopefully still have his Moment Shackle, which, to be completely honest, I don't have a clue what they are going to do with this, whether they're going to change it or keep it exactly the same. Maybe they will expand it a bit and give it an option to, I don't know, maybe roll back a Qatar stance or advance one to one that you haven't chosen in your list building stage. I don't know, or maybe they will just change it up completely and it won't be once per battle things. Maybe they will just be things that affect Trajann for the entire game. Who knows? I think it is quite likely that he will still have this as an ability, it's just I have no idea what it's actually going to do. All in all, I think Trajann has got a lot beefier in terms of his stat line and his weapons, which is a very positive step on a unit which was already a pretty decent pick for Custodes players, and I think as long as they don't give him a hefty points increase, and I would argue if his Auramite Halo drops from a 3 up to a 4 up, he could arguably do with a points decrease. But in either case, as long as they keep him around the same kind of price and, you know, don't change up his abilities and nerf them too spectacularly, I think he looks to be still very much a staple of Custodes lists going into 9th edition Codex as well. But what do you think? Do you think he's going to get a points bump? And do you think he's going to keep his 3 up invuln, or is that going to be nerfed down to a 4 up? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.